Did you know that you can make more than just rice in a rice cooker? As part of our rice cooker series, we're putting together a really rich and decadent creamy cheesecake with simple ingredients and an easy process. The best part is you only need a rice cooker. All right, the first step, we have softened our cream cheese here, and I'm gonna start to mash this with a fork. Leaving your cream cheese out at room temperature for an hour or two helps with this process. We do need to mash this up, if not, they're gonna be lumps. Eggs into cream cheese. This is where I start to use my whisk. So working on the sides. A little bit of elbow grease is required here, but you really want to whisk this up and make sure that you don't have any large lumps. And you notice that under my mixing bowl, I've got a cloth here. This helps to stabilize the bowl so that it doesn't slide around. No large lumps remaining. This is where we start to add our sugar. And we're gonna mix this until the sugar starts to dissolve and you don't feel the grains of sugar as you move your whisk around the bowl. Why am I whisking by hand and not using a mixer? Because it's one pot lah, it's easy lah. Mixer you need to take out, then you set the thing out, and then wash another piece. You can lah, okay, honestly. I am a sucker for pain. If the recipe is quite straightforward and it's just one dish like this, then okay lor. One portion, I'm happy to whisk it by hand. But okay, fine, fair enough. If you want to, you can. Now that my cream cheese, eggs and sugar are nicely incorporated and I can't feel any more sugar grains, it's time for me to add the rest of the ingredients. So I've got cake flour here that I'm gonna add in, but instead of adding the flour in, I'm going to take some of this mixture and add it to the cake flour, make sure that's smooth, and then throw it in. Why? Because if I dump this in, right, then I get clumps of flour around. I'm gonna spend a lot of time hunting them down with my whisk also. Now that you're certain your cake flour has no more lumps already, I'm gonna add that back into the main bowl. Carrying on with the rest of my ingredients, as I combine all of this, I've got my cream, I've got my vanilla essence, I've got 10 grams of lemon juice, salt, and the zest of 1 lemon. Right, mixy time. If you follow this process, your mixture should be largely free of any lumps and save you the hassle of putting this through a sieve and then smashing everything out. Right, so I've got these ribbons here. This is basically my cheesecake base done. Next step I need to do is grease the rice cooker pot. Alright, pot greased, this will help our cheesecake release when it is cool later and it is cooked. Batter goes straight into the pot. Right, final step here is to tap this gently on your countertop to make sure you release any bubbles that are inside your cheesecake batter right now. If you don't release the bubbles, then of course your cheesecake when it's baked will have holes lah. Alright, good. Time to bake this cheesecake, but in a rice cooker. Whenever we have rice cooker recipes, people always ask us, but my rice cooker is different, what settings do I use? Okay, don't panic, alright guys. A rice cooker basically steams rice. They hardly go to temperatures that are too high. Even if they go slightly above a temperature that's about 100 plus, you're not gonna get too much fluctuation like an oven. And this is an enclosed container. So ultimately, what you wanna do is to understand what's happening with your dish. In this case, our cake needs to be set to the point where I can put a toothpick inside the center and pull it out and it is not sticking to it, it's not liquid anymore, it's quite firm. Okay? So with this particular rice cooker, there is no brown rice setting, there is no other fancy setting, you just turn on, cook, and then keep warm after that. So we're gonna make sure that this is on and cooking for about 50 minutes. Right? Your rice cooker might differ slightly, there might be other settings. Ultimately, what you want is a total cook time of about 50 to 60 minutes. If you require a bit more, go ahead, just make sure you watch it, okay? Understand what you want out of the dish and the rice cooker will serve its purpose.
2,000 years later.
Okay, cooking time over. I'm interested to see what this looks like. What we're looking for is a set cake and testing pin should go in and come out clean. Woo! Testing pin into the center and it's clean. Now that it's done, we're gonna take it out and let it cool for about 10 to 15 minutes and then flip it onto a plate. Because everyone wanted to try this, they cut me a very small slice. It smells good. I've got the lemon from the lemon zest. All right, taste test. Ooh. This is not your fluffy, light, airy cheesecake. This is a decadent, rich cheesecake. It's got so much body and depth. It's delicious while it's warm. But if you set it in the fridge and you chill it overnight, it's gonna get even richer, thicker, heavier. This is what a cheesecake should be.